What is your American dream?
My American dream is just to be really happy and achieve whatever it is I've set out to achieve. I had a dream of coming to New York and I'm here now, and for me it's just achieving those dreams and having this sense of freedom and happiness that I did this.
My American dream is connecting with my family and my friends and just being a part of that and enjoying every moment as it comes.
This is my dream. I'm a happy woman in America, in New York. So, vive l'Amérique!
My American dream, personally, to continue doing what I'm doing for as long as I want to, as long as possible, in a way that I feel liberated and where I bring joy to other people.
My American dream, we just want to go out, keep that German work ethic, do as best as we can, contribute to society as much as possible and pass that on to our kids.
I'm living it. I'm very blessed to be doing what I do. I'm a singer. I have my own record. I have my music out. I feel very blessed to be here on the East River playing with this great band and living my dream.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Come on up here. There we go. Oh, hello everybody. Happy Monday. Look what I got over the weekend for Brad. You know, we all know that groundhogs can tell the future. And I see into the future. I'm a very precocious groundhog. But humans, not everyone has that special ability. Brad's been talking about getting a magic 8-ball for the show. And so look what I found this weekend at a garage sale. It's a magic 8-ball. Do you know these things have been around since the 1950s? Ooh, that's real old school. So anyway, Brad's going to be so excited. Let's see how this thing works. I'd hate to give him something that doesn't work well. So hold on, let's check it out. Okay, did you guys miss Friday's episode of Brad Show Live? Well, in case you did, Brad and Jonathan went head-to-head again in another edition of Real or Fake News. Once again, Jonathan won. He's got a winning streak going on. So my question to them all, will Brad ever break Jonathan's winning streak in Real or Fake News? It says yes! This is good news for Brad! Ha 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 ha! Okay, here's another question. Is the show tonight going to be awesome? The outlook is good. Well, of course the outlook is good. This show rocks. 8-ball. That was an easy one. Anyway, I'm going to box this little puppy up now, and I'm going to put it under Brad's hat, and he's going to be so surprised when the show begins. He won't know where this came from. I love surprising Brad. Ha 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 ha. And there we go. Brad's not going to have any idea what's under this hat. I can't wait till he wonders why there's a hat here. And then he's going to lift it up and he's going to get a surprise. Oh, I can't wait. And now's the time you've all not been able to wait for. It's time for Brad Show Live, starring Brad Bernstein with co-host Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. Enjoy! What does the future hold? We'll have to see. Now Brad and I will both be fortune tellers together. Oh, it's going to be so great.
Hello! It is Monday, February. Oh my God, who put my hat there?
What you got there?
I don't know. I wonder what it could be there.
What is it?
I don't know. Who would leave a hat like this here on our desk?
Who would dare?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Oh my God! I don't believe it. Someone did it. I wonder who would have done this thing for me. To leave a magic 8-ball. Oh my goodness. Magic 8-ball. Did Belgium Kim give me this magic 8-ball? No. No. This is good magic 8-ball.
That's a good magic 8-ball.
I guess not. You said no. Magic 8-ball. Did Yo-Yo give me this? No.
Wow.
Magic
Did Groundhog
8-ball.
Sam give it to you?
Should I ask Groundhog
Yeah.
Sam? Yes!
My
Groundhog Sam got me the magic 8-ball for, I guess, for when we ask questions and people ask me to look into the future, like, will they get a green card? Why do you think that immigration hasn't responded to my application? How long will it take? How do I get a green card? What will happen after I file this papers? Will I get a green card?
Yeah.
I have my magic 8-ball to answer all these questions.
There you
Apparently
go.
it works. Welcome,
go.
Belgium Kim. What do I do with this hat? You want to wear it today?
All day long, Brad. I would look so good in a hat, but no, I have curls.
Na 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 na. All right. I don't know what that means. I'm very casual today. How are you, Belgium Kim and Yada the
We didn't get the memo, the casual memo.
No, we did not.
And I got to throw that way.
Thank you. Right through the shot.
Right? You know, it's blocking the light
Perfect.
now. Perfect, right?
Yes, it is blocking the
Not
light.
only is it blocking the light, Belgium Kim, I'm concerned that we're going to have a fire hazard here.
Why do you think it's?
Can
You think it's
somebody
going to
get
catch
that?
on
Yes,
fire?
it's going to catch on fire. That's a hot light that box is sitting in front of.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Can somebody
I'll
go
get it. I
and
guess
yes,
since I'm the
thank you very
closest.
much.
You're
I
the-
appreciate it.
you're
Yada
the
the Yo-Yo
closest.
Elias.
Jonathan
Yada the Yo-Yo
Elias
Elias is
out the building.
is unhooking
Here we go.
himself.
Here we go.
Ah, there he goes. Thank you very much. Yep, there he goes. Thank you very much, Yada the Yo-Yo Elias.
It's that kind of day.
It is that kind of day. And Tamika wants to know if I was coming from the gym, and quite frankly, yes, I was at physical therapy for my knee.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
That is where I
So-
was, and it's a little chilly outside.
So then that's acceptable then?
Yes, and I'm wearing my hoodie.
You're gonna put the hood up, aren't you? Yeah,
I got
you
the
are.
hoodie.
Yeah.
Does this look weird?
Yeah, what
Not
does
at
that
all.
sound?
What?
Oh,
That's me, just
No.
doing weird things.
it's a
on my
different
head.
type of hoodie.
I don't.
All right. Let's say hello to the Grad. Let's say
Yeah.
hello to the Brad Squad. I forgot what we were doing for a second. Wendy Brown, how are you? Tamika Nelson and Ma Duke saying hello. Lisa Bling Rose, Tracy Haynes, valued commenter Tracy. She
Ooh,
just
yes,
got that,
she
I
is.
think. I have not seen her with that before.
Is that a new badge?
It could be a new badge, valued commenter. We don't make any of these badges.
Valued
It just
commenter.
happens. Wendy Brown, how are you? Ma Dukes, Barbara Lord, and Lisa Bling Rose, Angela Barrett, a gentleman by the name of Jonathan Elias popping in there. Demba, we have not seen Demba Sow in a while, have we?
We hadn't.
Oh,
Demba,
goodness.
what's been up? What do you think?
Where you been, man?
Where you been?
No
Where you
unexcused absences on Bradshaw
Where
Live.
you
Right.
been?
Let me see that note.
That's right. Marjorie Thompson saying hello, and Nodine Doofus Baxter. Duffus. Is it Doofus or Duffus?
I'm gonna go with it's
Duffus.
probably definitely
I
not
was-
doofus.
yeah. I was gonna say Duffus.
Yeah, we don't want to call it Doofus. It's Duffus. Asset Lindo. Noli Hugh Coleman. And Jill Gould.
Ooh,
saying hello.
Jelly Bay.
And on YouTube, Joelle Ann Reed. I wonder if that's just Jessica Leamy, Joelle.
Joelle, as in
Jessica.
Joelle, probably.
Maybe.
Jessica Leamy Joelle.
Maybe.
Jessica
Back
Leamy
it up,
Joelle.
Ricky. How are you? Danny Contrary Contreras. How are you? Sammy S. Marcine Frazier. Alicia Allen saying hello. Sammy S. Bevan Smith. Haven't seen Bevan in a long time. Alicia Allen. How are you? Avzaleh. I see him every day. And Avzaleh says, bring the Brad Show to television.
Ooh. Working on that.
We're working on it.
We're working on that.
You think it's easy to get on TV?
Make it happen, Afzaleh.
You think it's easy? Tom Cruise, if you're watching, just produce the show already, right? I'm waiting for Tom Cruise to call.
Such an awkward talk piece for like
Tom
mascot.
Cruise.
Yeah.
Will Tom Cruise
Yep.
call me to put on Brad's show on TV? Because Afzal A is asking for this to be on TV.
I want to see the answer.
And then, and then what?
What do you mean, and then what?
It's not working.
No, it is. You gotta turn it upside down.
It says it's really hazy whether or not Tom
really
Cruise,
hazy?
really hazy whether Tom Cruise will call me to put me on television.
Oh.
Well, it's weird because Tom Cruise is not a TV person.
I was gonna say, I feel like Magic 8 Ball, it's not that hazy on
Yeah.
whether or not Tom Cruise is gonna call us for a TV
Will
deal.
Oprah Winfrey call? That's a better one, right?
Sure, yeah,
put me
that's
on
more
TV.
realistic.
Put you on OWN.
It is certain. That's what it
Whoa.
says.
Certain.
It is
It is
certain.
certain.
Okay.
All
Oprah.
right, and with that, Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, why don't you tell everybody to please share? Maybe share to Oprah's page.
Yeah.
Okay,
There you
maybe.
go.
All right, maybe she'll catch the show you never know, right?
Never know.
Right, that would be a good thing. Share to Tom Cruise's Facebook page. Maybe he'll catch the show. Why don't we all start sharing to famous celebrities? Let them watch,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You don't even have to pick A-list, like B-listers.
D-listers.
No, B, just A or B.
You
That's
would
it.
go to D-list?
Right, A or B only.
Brad knows his worth.
That's right. A or B. I'll get produced by a B-lister also, but I don't want no D-lister producing me.
I'm not too good for a D-lister to be
Yes.
producing
And they're
me.
probably, and Pope people are out there like, well, Brad, you are no list right now, right?
Oh, nah, that's
Nah,
not
there's
true.
no list.
I wouldn't say that you're no list.
I'm like Afro
That's
G.
not true.
That's not true. Weren't you on a date? Like, didn't you tell a whole story about how you were on a date and you got to point to a list where you were on that list?
What?
The New York Times best lawyer list.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that date.
You were
Yes.
like, I was on the list. You
Yes.
were. There was literally
right.
a list
And
you were
isn't
on.
your
So don't
picture
be-
up at like that famous restaurant?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, those are things
That's
that
F.
people on lists
That's F.
are.
That's
So what am I? What are we if we don't have a picture like
That's
that
F.
on there?
Right. We're not even F listers.
No.
I consider myself like I don't know, an M lister.
I am.
M in somewhere in there.
And Lisa Bling Rose wants to know why he has that name, Back It Up Ricky.
Well,
Because we say so. We have
I was just like,
Because
We don't know what
because
the
we
BK
say
stands
we don't know
for.
what BK stands for, so we just said back
And
it up.
don't understand how Back It Up becomes a BK.
BK, back it up.
really, the answer is you know as well as we do, Lisa.
We
What
have
that
no
would
idea
be back
why
it
it's
up,
back it up,
Ricky.
Ricky. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias and Belgium Kim, please tell everybody to share to at least an A or B listers page, and then we're going to come back and schmooze a little bit here.
All right, fam bam. You go ahead and you share, and by doing that, you're going to click that little share button. It's at the top or bottom of your screen, depending on what you're watching on. It's going to say share, and you're going to share it to your page, your friend's page, and to groups that you are a member of. YouTube, you are absolutely not off the hook for what you need to do. Yo-Yo, what do they need to do on YouTube?
Absolutely. You guys copy the link. It's a little chain emoji, and copy it. Send it to people's WhatsApp, send it to text blast, email blast. You could also send it directly to Facebook. And remember, send it to A and B listers as well.
You know what I was told today?
What?
I was told today, I was on the phone, I was talking to somebody about my show.
Yeah.
And they said, well, how many people watch? I said, a couple thousand every night live, and then another couple thousand after.
Yeah.
You know, we get a couple hundred people watching at any given time, sometimes 150, sometimes 250.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
but by the end of the night, you know, we've had, you know, several thousand, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people watching each show, and maybe by the next day, it's now, you know, another 3,000 or 4,000, 7,000, 8,000, whatever it is. You know, a day watch our show. It's like filling up half of Madison Square Garden every day.
Every single
Which
day.
is awesome.
And they said, well, you know, give me a call when there's 3 million.
Oh,
3 million.
who said that?
Somebody. 3 million.
million?
That's what they expect now. You know who said that?
Who?
Effing Tom Cruise, all right?
Okay.
I was spoken to Tom Cruise. He goes,
Unbelievable.
He goes, 3 million, give me a call. Until then, you can't be in Mission Impossible 9.
Wait, you were asking him for a role in Mission
Yes,
Impossible
I
9?
was. Yes, I was.
Okay. way to
Yes.
leave us on the back burner.
Why not? He does his own stunts.
I think Jelly Bean meant you
I
do
think
your
you-
own
you
stuff.
do your own stunts.
But I do my own stunts too.
Way to leave us in the cold.
Yes,
Do you feel
because there was a whole
Not at all.
role for like a middle-aged twerking attorney. And I'm perfect for all of this.
That's you.
That
It's
is an
made for you.
oddly specific role for you.
Role.
Made for you.
Yeah, because I figured I could write myself into the script.
See, the
Yeah,
problem
no
is,
problem.
I think you didn't show him your video. That's basically your reel.
yes.
You need to show him the
Right.
proof
I said
that
when
you
you
got it in the
scale.
hips.
I said when you're scaling up the walls of
Yeah.
the building, the camera can peek in to my office and see.
And you twerking.
That would be so
And then I said, Tom, you could look at the camera and go, what? And then just keep, climbing up the building.
Wait, that's a legit scene. in
It's a
Mission
legit
Impossible.
scene.
That would
I
be a
wrote
real
myself
scene.
right into the movie.
I
Like
can't.
the dude dancing in his office while he's
right. So then he
that's
says, how
the
many people
thing.
watch a show? And I said, a couple thousand. He goes, call me when you got 3 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Right. I said, but then I said, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I said, if I sign up for Scientology, could I be in the movie?
I bet
Brad was like,
the
hook
answer
me up.
changed.
And then he said, yeah, I could write in the twerking scene if you become a
Oh my
Scientologist.
God.
No. All right, so any event, let's do something we like to call schmoozing with Brad. We got to get into the news here. So this is really gross. I don't know who this guy is. His name is Pete Hegseth. He is on Fox and Friends Sunday Morning, which is President Trump's favorite show. And he has confessed to his co-host live on television. This is the guy.
Okay.
Okay. I would just suggest nobody ever shake his hand.
Why?
He has confessed to his co-host that for the last decade, he has never washed his hands.
What?
We have video of this. Let's watch. I can't make this stuff up.
What?
I don't really wash my hands ever.
Help me.
No,
Oh,
no,
man.
I inoculate myself. It's just not. Germs
Oh,
are not
yeah,
a real
that's
thing.
true.
I can't see them, therefore they're not real.
Okay, this is exactly why I can't believe that anybody listens to Fox News for anything. They just making stuff up as they go along, and like 40% of America, like, oh, immigrants are coming here to kill us. There's no such thing as global warming. Germs don't exist. I can't see them. I mean, this is what is being shown on Fox News. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Germs don't exist. I can't see them. Ladies and gentlemen, the immigrants are coming to kill us. Ladies and gentlemen, even though there is crazy weather patterns, there's no such thing as global
That
warming.
is the dumbest thing I've ever
Oh, also,
heard.
Donald Trump didn't collude with Russia. We can go on and on and on, and the world is safer. And the world is safer since Donald Trump met with Rocket Man 6 months ago.
This is.
That's basically what the news that they're saying.
But like, how can?
So when he takes a shower, does he like purposely put his hands
I guess
out?
he
and
has
just,
to wash his hands in the shower.
No, he doesn't.
What do you mean he doesn't have to wash?
He doesn't have to
He wears
wash his
gloves.
hands.
He's got
wears
little
gloves.
Ziploc baggies
You
on his
can wear
hands.
Ziploc baggies. You can wear gloves. There's lots of ways to get soap on the rest of your body, so you don't. He only washes so he doesn't smell. But in terms of germs, he doesn't need to wash anything.
What about air?
What is it?
Like, does
Let me
he
ask you a
see
question.
air?
Does he ever go to the bathroom and have to wipe himself after?
Yes, and he doesn't wash his hands.
And he doesn't
like
wash
he
his
says.
hands. And then on Sunday morning, I was just
disgusting.
thinking about this. Okay, they had a pizza. Would you share a pizza with this guy? Never wash his hands and goes to the
I
bathroom?
wouldn't even want to be in the same room with this guy.
Do this. Oh no.
It's disgusting.
I don't know, but the CDC, they seem to be now he is retweeting posts #Don'tWash.
Oh my god.
So he's telling people not to wash their hands. They're also, Fox News is telling people that the earth is not getting warmer. Immigrants are coming to kill us. Guns are safe, right? Guns are safe.
Right, obviously.
Right, guns make us safer.
Guns don't kill people.
Guns don't kill people. The CDC, who nobody on Fox News believes, the Centers for Disease Control, they have on their website that the most basic thing to prevent the spread of sickness and disease is just simply wash your hands.
Obviously.
Meanwhile, down in down in Texas
Yeah.
on the U.S.-Mexican border in northwest El Paso, Texas.
Yeah.
The second safest mid-sized city in America.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, in his State of the Union address, claimed that it became the second safest mid-sized city in America after the wall was built.
Right.
But it was the second safest mid-sized city in America before the wall was built. It actually did not change. The statistic did not change at all once a wall was built. For anybody who knows, El Paso is right on the border with Mexico. Trump touted that as a success. Look, it's the second safest city in the world, and we built a wall. He neglected to say that it was the second safest city before the wall was built. As well.
Oh my God.
He is now going down to El Paso, Texas to tout how safe a city it is this evening.
Thanks to the wall.
Thanks to the wall that was built, and it was the second safest city before the wall was built. As a matter of fact, most people in El Paso, Texas don't believe there's an immigration problem. And they're right there on the border.
Wow.
They don't like the wall. They don't want the wall. A majority, the politicians don't want Donald Trump there touting the wall.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Beto O'Rourke, who lost to Grandpa Munster,
Right.
in the and you know who Grandpa Munster is? What's his name?
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz. Thank you. I forgot his name. I just remember him as Grandpa Munster.
Yep.
Lost to Grandpa Munster in the Senate election, but it came closest as a Democrat to winning in Texas in a long, long time. He's going to have a counter rally. The counter rally is starting. What's the time difference between Texas and New York?
2 hours?
2 hours. So the counter rally by Beto O'Rourke is starting at 5 o'clock Texas time, which is, they're now 4 o'clock in Texas right now. And he is having a rally to say that immigrants are good for America.
Right.
Okay? And then Donald Trump is having a rally 2 hours later to say immigrants kill, maim, rape, get rid of everybody.
Of course.
And by evidence that the wall was built in El Paso, it is now safe. What he's neglecting to say is it was safe beforehand as well.
Of course.
As
Texas
a matter
is
of fact,
1 hour. So I just wanted to say.
supporters, I'm reading here, supporters of President Donald Trump proposed Mexico security measures are gathering to form a human wall along the U.S.-Mexico border.
What?
As he is talking. They are all going to be wearing Make America Great hats again, and they're going to chant, build a wall, waving American flags.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
One of the protesters, Anthony Aguero, told Reuters that immigrants are going to have to find somewhere else to go, but not here in America.
Wow.
We are going to bring attention to the fact the wall is here. Now, in reality, the wall, I'm even seeing it here. I didn't even see it on the card. El Paso has been the safest, the second safest city in America for the last 20 years. The wall has only been built since 2008. So in essence, the wall has done absolutely nothing.
Right.
However, on Fox News, they would have you believe that the caravan is coming up from Guatemala to kill us all. And that is the biggest security threat facing America today, is a caravan of immigrants escaping violence in Central America, 30, 40 women and their kids.
Right.
That's the gravest security threat facing America today. I would argue a greater security threat facing America today is Pete Hegseth and his hashtag Don't Wash. Because if enough people stop washing their hands, everybody is going to get sick.
Man.
And many people will die from this sickness. It is a graver threat, hashtag Don't Wash, than 30 women and children coming in a caravan from Guatemala. I am dead serious. I'm not even making a joke about it.
God, yes. Between anti-vaxxers and no hand washing, we are going to go back to the Middle Ages for our health.
That is correct.
That is disgusting.
By the way, years ago, there was a, what happens is with vaccinations, and a lot of people don't believe in it.
Right.
Okay? But science, I believe in science.
Right.
Until science tells me otherwise, that's what I believe in. I believe in science over my own cognition, because what you see is not always what's out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. I just read an article, Yo-Yo, that you can take the same exact situation, and this has nothing to do with the wall or anything, but I found it interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, you can take the same exact situation and look at it from 3 different perspectives. It just depends on what your cognition is. So, for example, let's say I'm at a party with you, Yo-Yo.
All right.
Okay, and I'm having a conversation with you, and all of a sudden you start looking over my shoulder. What? Okay. Well, you're having a conversation with me, and I look over your shoulder.
Okay.
What would you take that to mean?
That you are not interested in our conversation.
Not interested in our conversation. What would that make you feel?
I've got something behind me that's more interesting.
Have something behind you more interesting. It could be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or you have ADD.
What? Maybe I'm rude.
Right.
Maybe I'm very interested, but I'm rude.
Right. Yeah.
Or maybe I'm shy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a shy person.
There's so many
And you
different
don't like
ways.
making eye contact.
There could be
yeah.
so many different reasons why I'm looking over your shoulder.
Right.
Okay? But everybody always has whatever their own cognition is, whatever their own belief is, gets reinforced.
Yes.
So people who are watching Fox News, it reinforces their own cognitions. Immigrants are coming to kill us. They see it on Fox News, and then all of a sudden it reinforces what their core belief is.
Yeah.
And it makes them even more emotional about it to go to the border, and they truly believe in their head immigrants are coming to kill us.
Absolutely.
That's
Just
crazy.
like they're going to start believing that not washing your hands
please.
is a smart thing.
Please.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
When the facts and the scientific facts are that El Paso has been the safest city for 20 years before 2008. And for the last 10 years, the wall had nothing to do with it.
Yep.
But people watch Fox News, it reinforces, they go down and they believe it.
Yeah.
Just like you believed when I'm talking to you and I'm looking over your shoulder that I'm rude or not interested. Maybe I'm just shy.
Yeah.
There could be all sorts of reasons why
Totally.
your cognition fools you into thinking something.
And it's your cognition paired with the information that is getting targeted to you online.
Correct. And it becomes a snowball effect and you really believe it and you become emotional. It makes you emotional about it.
Absolutely.
To go enough to go down to the border like a fool and hold hands and say, like Anthony Aguero, the immigrants are going to have to find some other country to go to. That's what's happening in America right now.
That's just crazy. Where are they going to go?
I don't know. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
All this stupid news is reinforcing your core beliefs without giving you just true facts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tough landscape to navigate for information.
It's tough, yes. I don't know. Let's go do immigration questions, right?
Do it.
Let's do it, right?
Let's
do it, man.
Do it.
Do it! You can do it! Oh my God. Do you know how many people are on hold?
How many?
40.
We have 40 people on hold?
40 people on
Are you
hold.
serious?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm glad I'm going to go start doing some immigration
I
questions.
guess we're going to be on the air till 10 p.m. tonight.
Oh, we not.
Get your magic 8 ball ready.
I am going to tell you the magic 8 ball knows more than me today. Let's see. I hope not. Let's go to Nadine in Brooklyn. Nadine.
Yes.
How are you?
Hi. This is Nadine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. I have 2 quick questions to ask.
Yes.
With all of this thing about immigration or whatever, I'm not a citizen or a green card holder of United States, America, but I'm married to a citizen. Problem is, my husband needs me to be with him, but there's 2 problems. He married 2 times, not for any reason like, people nowadays is doing it for business. They just have a misfortune. I married 1 time. So I got in this country and we married like 2 days. He surprised me on my birthday. But when I went to file for the paper now, somebody told me that if I'm not in the country for 90 days, I would have to need a lawyer to put in some paper, and that's a red flag.
When did you come to the United States?
I just come for visit.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not living here.
Okay, if you come and get married within the first 90 days of your entry, it's a misrepresentation.
Okay.
Okay. So if you did get married within the first 90 days, they said, because you're not supposed to come to the United States as a visitor for the purpose of getting married. That would be a fiancé visa. So,
no, we did not do that. You just surprised me. We
fine.
didn't know.
Okay, fine. So now the answer is this. The presumption, and yes, you will need a lawyer. The presumption is that you in your head was coming to get married, was coming to visit. And your husband surprised you. And you just eloped and got married on your birthday, and that's what you decided to do. But when you came into the airport, you didn't have that intention. You're going to have to describe that in detail and what happened. Otherwise, they're going to say misrepresentation. It's called a rebuttable presumption. You can rebut that presumption, but you're going to need a lawyer to help you. So hold on one second. Okay?
Okay.
All right. But yes, that somebody was correct. Let's go to Normita in Modesta, California.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Normita, where are you from?
I came from Modesto, California, please.
Where originally? From the Philippines?
Yeah, not for. This is regarding for in behalf of my friend.
Okay.
She has she just been here 2006. No, 2004, and then she just has a green card, and then she went back home in 2006 in Philippines, and then not yet came back here because due to situation for the husband, but they are still married. Do you think she can come back then after the few years not
Did she
having
overstay on her visitor's visa?
Yes, in Philippines.
No. How long was she in the United States of America?
I think only 2 years or 1 year only after the married, and then she went back to the Philippines.
Did she have a green card? She had a green card?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So what she needs is what's called an SB1 visa, which is she had a green card for a year and a half. She went home in 2015, and she's been out of the country now for 3.5 years, whatever it may be, and she has to establish that it was not her intention to abandon her permanent residence, that she had enough ties by family, homes, whatever she has, enough ties here in America that she can show that it was never her intention to abandon her permanent residence. She's going to need the help in getting that SB1 visa, or the second alternative would be don't apply for the SB1 visa and just turn in your green card and say, I don't want to be a permanent resident of the United States, I would just like to go visit. They will give her a visitor's visa. Or the third option is to have her husband refile for her, but she has 3 options. And I think what she should do is speak to a lawyer so then we can figure out what's the best option for her. But she does have 3 options to return, 3 good options.
Do you think she can go to the embassy to ask for some information? What is the filing paper that she gonna do?
Maybe you didn't understand what I said. I said she could apply at the embassy for an SB1 visa and show that she has enough ties in America. She did not try to abandon her permanent residence. She has her family and her home and maybe bank accounts and whatever she has here, ties to America would be an SB1 visa. She can go to the U.S. Embassy and turn in her green card and say, I'd just like to get a visitor's visa. Or her spouse can refile for her. Those are her 3 options. I've now said it twice. So let her make a consultation with me, or you can have the consultation with me, and we can talk about the specific facts in her case and what would be best for her. Okay? So hold on one second. Okay? So let's go to Mel in Sanford, Florida. Mel.
Hi, this is Mel. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm calling because good, thank you. I'm applying for my green card, and on the form is required the I-94 number. I came with a J1 visa in May 2013, and I don't have a paper copy of the I-94. I still have the stamp of my passport.
That's
when
fine.
I came in there.
You don't need
the number.
You don't need it. If you're filing for your adjustment, just make a copy of the visa and the stamp in your passport, and that's more than enough.
Okay, and I have another quick question.
Yes.
Do I need to attach my pictures to every form that I'm sending, or
No.
2 is enough?
2 is enough.
2 is enough. And I need to do a background check at the police station, sheriff's office.
No, you don't. No, just file the papers. They're going to call you in to take a fingerprint and they'll do their own background check.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very
Have
welcome.
a good evening.
Okay, best
All right,
of luck.
bye-bye.
Let's go to Chris in College Park, Maryland. Chris.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good evening. 2 quick questions. I submitted my papers for citizenship in April of last year. I've done my biometrics, and I'm still waiting.
April of 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taken a little over a year right now. So unfortunately you're right, right on line. The only thing you can do is if you haven't heard after 12, 13, 14 months, is file a mandamus action to force them to move it, to make it go faster. You can do that now after 9 months if you really choose to. But usually it's about 12 months, and you're almost right there. But we're February now, and if you don't hear by April, then probably contact us.
Okay. Second question. I filed an I-130 for my wife.
Where's she?
Sorry?
Where is she?
She's here.
Okay.
And I didn't file for the work permit. Is it possible to submit that document now?
No, she's not entitled to a work permit until you become a citizen, which is why you want to become a citizen. So, if you haven't, honestly, you haven't heard on your citizenship in another 4 or 5 weeks, maybe you want to file a mandamus, or you want to file it now. Mandamus is a lawsuit against the government to force them to do their job, and that's, you shouldn't have to wait a year to become a citizen. But I just think it's going to happen very shortly. So, you may want to hang in there and not want to spend the money and the effort, but if you want to, you can.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Let's go to Doreen in Queens. Doreen.
Yes.
How are you?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
What's going on?
Yes. I'm in a situation where I'm married. I'm a citizen and my husband is a green card holder. But I realized that after the interview, my husband started to behave, indifferent. He doesn't want me to come to the appointment. And then he started to see women, and right now he's seeing someone. What happened, I caught him at a woman's house. We have a fight, and something happened. He got hit on his mouth, and he told the police that I hit him. And I was the one that arrested, and I'm trying to see if I can fight. Is there anything I can do? Because I realized
you went to the woman. You're a tough lady. You went to the woman's house and caught him right in the act. Wow. Now, I need to know a lot more. Okay, maybe there's extreme emotional abuse. Maybe he hit you as well. I don't know.
Yeah, there was one part before that he hit me, and I have a police report, but I didn't get him arrested.
So there is absolutely, certainly physical abuse, extreme emotional abuse. You should be filing a VAWA application. Obviously, you should also be fighting that criminal case because you don't want to be found guilty of a crime that makes you inadmissible. But certainly, he sounds like not the greatest guy in the world, and certainly an abuser. So hold on one second, okay? Let's go to David in Camden.
Yeah, Brad, what man?
What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question. I have 2 little questions here, Brad. I filed removal of condition in July 12th, and I did the biometric, and since that they haven't heard anything back from them. I wonder how long it normally takes for them to get back to you.
It shouldn't take more than a year, but it's taking 2 years right now.
Okay, so I just have to keep on waiting.
Yeah, meanwhile, you have a green card. Hang in there.
Yeah. And the next question me ask, Brad. How long it takes to file for the citizenship after
About 12 months.
You get the green card?
About 12 months.
12 months?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't file for the citizenship.
You can.
I can't file for the citizenship while the removal of condition is in process?
Once you've had the conditional green card for 2 years, 9 months, and 3 days, and you can prove that you're in a bona fide relationship with your U.S. citizen spouse, you absolutely can. And people are doing it. People are doing a lot of things, filing mandamus actions against the government to force them to make decisions on their cases. You can do that too. We talk about it all the time here on our show. People should be taking matters into their own hands and not waiting and waiting. But unfortunately, in the times of Donald Trump, he's putting a lot of barriers and roadblocks into people, trying to get through.
Okay, and the next question, real quick question. Because they have a new law now where there's an interview where they waive the interview for their conditions.
They always waive. They sometimes waive the interviews all the time. Not every person gets interviewed.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brad.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you think he's from?
Wagwan.
I don't know. Where do you think he's from?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
You think
all
so?
day long.
You
All
think
day
so?
long.
Yes.
Oh,
We
wow.
love our Jamaican people.
All right.
Wagwan.
All right. Sherlock and Watson over here.
Who's Sherlock?
Ooh.
Who's Sherlock and who's Watson over there?
Wait, we asked you. You have to decide.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah. That was a good call, Brad.
Yes, I am. I'm not taking sides on that.
Ask Match Ball.
Yes, I was going to ask, but then they won't tell me. Michelle in Lanham, Maryland. Michelle.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm fine. Hi, guys, to the rest of the team. I have two questions, actually. My friend has been here since about 2013. Well, before. He met his wife in 2012. They got married, I think, a year and a half later. When they went on their interview, she was pregnant. And he found out about a year and a half later, or 7 months later, I think, that the child is not his. Ooh. And when he found out, he had already gotten his 2-year permanent resident card.
Right.
Now, since then, they've been having a lot of friction.
Sure.
And she also lied to him about her children. And when they filed their taxes, he got a letter to say that this money was taken out for child support. When he investigated, she also had a child out there that he did not know anything about. And now they sent in their paperwork for his 10
That's an oof.
Yes.
That's an oof.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
and he sent in
go ahead.
The paperwork for his 10-year, but then they sent them a call-in letter. Well, she moved to another state.
He needs to get a divorce from her. He needs to get a divorce from her.
But he already submitted the paper
he needs to get a divorce. They're not living together. Get a divorce. And as soon as the divorce is started, write immigration with a copy of the receipt notice that you're converting the case from a joint application to a waiver application based on a bona fide marriage and a divorce pending.
I mean, they're well, she's back and forth.
Does he want to be married to this lady? She's a liar. Why would he want to be married to her? If he's just staying married just for the green card, he doesn't have to.
Well, no, the thing is, he genuinely loves her. They talk every day. I mean, I think he was so hurt because he has formed a relationship even with the child.
Okay, fine. So then, if he's accepting of all of this, then that's fine. Then stay married.
Even though she went to another state.
But as long as she comes back and they're in a bona fide marriage, by all means, you could have a fight and then rekindle the relationship.
What is a G56 form?
G56
form? A call-in letter G56 for A2 officer.
I don't know. I guess I don't know what a G56 is off the top of my head, but it could be an interview notice. I don't know what the actual form that the interview comes on because it's just a letter. But a G56 is nothing that a lawyer fills out. Maybe it's something that immigration sends you.
Well, no, it came from DHS for both of them for a call-in letter.
So it's just a general form letter that just says, come on for an interview.
Got you. Well, I told him, listen, you don't need to stay. But he's like, he really loves her. I don't know. So, okay.
I don't know either. Magic 8 Ball. This is like a Magic 8 Ball question, maybe. I don't know what to say. He loves her, then get together and work it out. If he's just staying together just for a green card, he doesn't have to. He can get a divorce. That's his prerogative.
Yeah.
Right. Who are you to him?
Thank you, Brad.
Who are you to him? Just a friend?
Oh, I'm a friend of a friend, and I've been just hearing the situation, but I follow you on Facebook
thank you.
every single day.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, let me call in and see what you think. I mean, but I'm saying you have grounds because she's a fraud.
She is a
Because
fraud.
she
I don't know.
didn't
I don't know
about-
why you would be in love with her, but maybe she's a wonderful
I
person.
think
What do
because
I know?
she's gorgeous.
Oh, well, she's
really
gorgeous.
pretty, so I think that's why. Yeah.
Oh, well, then that's the little brain talking for the big brain. Right. His little brain is taking over for big brain.
Come on, man.
Come on, little
got you.
brain.
Snap out of it.
Snap out of it, little brain, right?
That might be the
You
bigger
know,
brain,
Not
actually.
only that, she went to the other state also, and she applied for food stamp, and on there I heard that she put that she's not married.
This woman doesn't tell the truth for anything.
See, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, this little brain's got to stop talking for the big brain, right?
Yeah.
That is
Well, when they go on the
typical
interview, do
little
you
brain?
think
Well,
that will be a problem when they go on the interview?
I think it's a problem, yes, because because they certainly see all the applications for government benefits. Absolutely.
Got you. Well, I told him that he needs to come see you
He
to
does.
see what is.
But yeah, his big brain needs to see me. I don't want to see his little brain.
All right, I'll make an appointment
All right.
with you. Let me make an appointment.
Hold on one second. Right. I mean, I'm presuming it's a little brain. Maybe it is a big brain. And maybe he has two big brains.
Okay.
I have no idea. What do I know?
Are we rolling all the days of the week into one today? This is part hump day. Part.
I don't know, maybe what I think is the little brain is the big brain.
It's the big brain.
You never know.
Maybe
you know?
that's why she's sticking around, still
Maybe-
doing all
yeah,
this wrestling
exactly.
stuff.
Listen,
That's what I was going to
it happens.
We've all made poor decisions.
Yes. All right, Carmen in Queens. Carmen,
Yes.
what's going on?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, bro. I'm calling about my sister. My sister filed for her daughter from 2012.
How old? Wait, how old is the daughter?
The daughter is about 38.
Okay, she's single or married?
Single.
Where is this
She-
daughter?
I think the daughter lives in Jamaica.
Okay, they're up to right now September 22nd, 2011. So depending, I don't know.
2011?
Yeah, I don't know when. I don't know when the mother filed, but she's probably somewhere between 6 to 12
She
months
filed
away.
from 2012.
There's a lot of months in 2012. There's actually 12 months. So if I know
May,
the month,
May.
All right,
May.
so she's 6, 8, 9 months away.
6 to 8, 9 months away.
Yep.
But she have a little daughter.
As long as the child's under 21, that child should be included. As long as immigration knows about that child. Does immigration know about this child?
She should file a different paper for the child.
Does immigration was this child alive when the papers were originally filed?
Yes.
In 2012. So then immigration, the child was mentioned on the application. Immigration knows about the child. You don't have to worry about it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So you don't have to file no separate paper for the child.
No, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah?
As long as the child was mentioned, you shouldn't have to.
Oh, you shouldn't have to file a separate paper?
No.
Okay.
All right.
So how long it would take? How long
6
it
to
would
8 to
take
9
now?
months, I said.
9 months.
Maybe, yeah, around there.
Okay, about 9 months. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Let me ask you something.
What?
But she's a citizen. She's a citizen, so why taking so long?
Because they give 25,000 or 22,000 green cards to children over the age of 21 of U.S. citizens. There's a waiting list. And if you would think that if you're a U.S. citizen, you can file for your children no matter what age, and they should be able to come immediately, but they don't. The only children who can come immediately are the children who are under 21 of U.S. citizens. So any child over the age of 21 of U.S. citizen, there's a quota, 22,000, whatever the number is. And you just got to wait because there's more than 22,000 people on the waiting list.
Okay.
All right, just hang in there.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Nikisha in Philadelphia. Nikisha.
Hello.
Hi, Nikisha.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, I'm calling on behalf of my mom, right? She came here through Canada. She's here about like 15, 16 years now. And
she want to go for a green card because she want to, visit back home and everything. So how does she go about doing that, like to apply for her green card?
Well, she entered without inspection. Is that what you're saying? She didn't have a visa or anything?
Yeah, she doesn't have a visa or nothing.
I got to ask the Magic 8 Ball how you get how do you get a green card? You need a consultation. That's the first thing she needs to do. I don't know how we'd get her a green card. We need to find out more. Does she have family who can sponsor her? Does she have a job? Is she 245I eligible? Is she eligible for something else? I don't know. That's what we have a consultation for. So hold on one second.
Yeah, but the next question is, right, I'm here. I'm going for my citizenship.
You can't sponsor her as a daughter because she entered.
Yeah, but I'm sick. But I'm not working.
I'm sorry
about
that.
So would that be a possibility?
No, I'm sorry about that. Unless she's 245I eligible, or unless you were in the military or former military, if she entered without inspection, you can't sponsor her. Maybe she's 245I eligible. Again, I don't know all of these answers. That's why she needs a consultation. So hold on one second. I don't want to say no, but generally the answer is no, but sometimes yes. So hold on one second. Let's go to Mohammed in Brooklyn. Mohammed.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
All right, I'm good.
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I just have a question about the public charge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a green card holder, and I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I've been in the country for 13 years. Would that have any effect, like if I, apply for SNAP or,
Nope, not at all.
Not at all?
No, because you have a green card for 13 years, so whatever affidavit of support was given to you is already expired, and you're entitled to any government benefits you're entitled to, and that doesn't prevent you from traveling, and it doesn't prevent you from becoming a citizen.
Okay, no problem. No problem, bro. Thanks.
All right, you're welcome. All right, let's go to Leanna in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful.
So I'm calling to see if I could receive any information or clarity on my case.
Mm-hmm.
I was a derivative on my father's case. It was approved in 2011.
Wow.
On the VAWA.
Okay.
So I received a working permit by 2012. So fast forward to 2017, I sent in an application for my worker's permit, and I have not received anything other than my approval for the waiver.
Why don't you have a green card?
Well, get it up there. So in June of 2017, my father finally received a form saying that he was approved for his I-485.
Yeah, lawful permanent.
And he's a lawful permanent resident. I didn't receive anything.
You filed an adjustment, though.
I'm sorry?
You filed an adjustment.
Well, I didn't file anything yet because I haven't received. So I put a lawyer on the case, and he sent in something to still let them know that I haven't received anything, on my case.
Did you pay for an adjustment fee?
No.
Well, then you would never get a green card.
So
you have to file on your...
So I need to file on my own then, my own I-485.
Yeah. It doesn't happen by magic.
So that would mean my father didn't file that for me then.
No, well, you could have gotten a work permit because he had an approved VAWA case, or you could have gotten a work permit because he filed an adjustment for you. I don't know, because I don't have your work permit in front of me.
The work permit, you did not do a biometric or nothing?
And I never done biometrics or anything either when I had gotten the... Now I am 26 years old. I was 19.
I don't know what your father did for you, but either you have to follow up on an I-485 or you got to file an I-485. I don't know.
Gotcha.
All right, and hopefully you're still eligible to do it. I think you had till 25.
Well, if that's the question. I was here since I was 13.
Yeah, I know, but you had till 25 to do it, is my recollection, but I could be wrong. So hold on one second, because there's special rules with VAWA. So hold on one second.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Tashika in Brooklyn, New York. Tashika.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, the team. I'm okay.
What can I do to help?
I have a quick question. I have a approved VAWA case. I met with you a few years back. I have in the office. I have two little questions, real quick.
Go ahead.
I have an approved VAWA case. My work permit is been expired since last April, and I have renewed it 3 months before it had expired in March 2018.
Right.
And I have the adjustments of status. I have the approved one I-975, something like that form.
Okay.
But my question to you is, I already do the biometric. I just haven't did the medical. But it's been this next month, the 4th, going to be 2 years now since I applied for the work permit, and I haven't received the work permit as yet. The last thing
if you applied for a work permit 2 years ago and you haven't gotten it, you have an issue, don't you think?
You think I have an issue?
If you applied for a work permit 2 years ago and haven't received it, I think you do.
Oh.
Hold on one second. I don't know what you're doing, but
because when I checked it, they said, "Oh, your case was transferred to Vermont Center in order to speed up the process."
Are you talking about your work permit or your green card?
No, the work permit. I already have the work permit,
So
but
you're
it
talking about
already
your green,
expired.
and then you want to renew a work permit, and it's 2 years.
And then I apply for a new one.
And 2 years you're waiting.
Yeah, no.
How much longer you want to wait?
This March gonna be 2 years now since it's been expired.
Oh, come
but
on.
I've been renewing it for the longest. Now I heard that they're saying I'm waiting for an interview.
No,
I
come
spoke
on.
to somebody from the I don't know.
Stop. You don't know. Hold on one second. But I do know this. You don't wait 2 years for a work permit. Hold on one second. That's for sure. Maureen in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Maureen. 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 Muren. Murrin. Murray. Murr. I don't know who it is. Let's go to Mop in Sacramento, California. Mop.
Hey, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I have two questions, actually. What happens to people who overstayed in the U.S.? Is it possible for them to apply for an extension or?
Well, once you overstay on your visa, you can't get any sort of extension here. You would have to go home to get a new visa and come back. Can you apply for a green card? Yeah. But getting any sort of extension, you're not going to be able to get. Once you violate your visa status, they're not going to change you to put you back into status and change your status here. You would have to go home.
Okay. Second question. My dad, he served under the U.S. Army. I'm from Fiji, by the way. He was a convoy driver for the U.S. Army in 2005 under the Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Okay, so he should be he should be eligible if he served honorably during a time of war, and in 2005 it was still a time of war. He should be eligible to file for his citizenship immediately. It wouldn't help you, but he can become a citizen if he hasn't already done so.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Nijtush. Did I get that right? Nijtush? Nidus. Where does Nijtush come from? Am I pronouncing that right?
It's Nidus. Nightghtus. Nidus.
Nidus.
Yeah.
Okay. Nidus, what's going on?
Not much,
I can't be the first one to get this name wrong.
No, you're not.
Okay, all right. What's going on?
All right. Good. I got two quick questions.
Yes.
I got my green card in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I had a conviction for possession of marijuana, and I had to file a waiver in order to get the green card.
Great.
The waiver was approved.
Great.
And I got the green card.
Good.
Now I'm filing for citizenship now. Is that going to come up?
It will come up, but you got a waiver. As long as you have a clean record since 2012, you will get your citizenship.
Well, I got arrested.
For what?
In 2013 for domestic violence.
And what happened with the case?
The case got dismissed. The case, the judge sent me back to the house. They gave me a limited order protection, but the case got dismissed. And however, I waited an extra year.
How long was the order protection until when?
The order protection was a limited order protection. I went back home.
When did it come off your record, even the limited one?
After the case was dismissed.
Which was when?
Which is the following year.
2014.
2014, the year after. Yeah.
When in 2014? What month?
The first month of the year, I think
January
it was
2014.
January 2014. That's
Okay,
when the
fine.
case was
All right,
dismissed.
So, because you have to count good moral character from the time that even the limited order of protection is lifted. So, if it was January 2014 and we're now in February 2019, you have 5 years good moral character. You're good. You're fine.
Yeah, I waited an extra year.
Okay, fine.
In order to file.
You're good.
All right.
All good.
Okay, thank you very much,
You're
Brad.
very welcome. Just make sure you have to acknowledge that you had that arrest for the marijuana plus the domestic violence, but based on what you're telling me, you're going to become a citizen.
Yes, no, I have everything listed down.
Okay,
Because I also had another case.
Oh, a third one. Wait, I need to know about this one too before I tell you.
That was before I got my green card.
Okay,
but
fine.
That one was
all right.
Prosecution was declined.
All right.
So,
Two things: become a citizen fast, and don't get arrested anymore. Okay.
All right.
All right. Be well. Take care.
All right. Thanks.
Be well. All right. Prabal in Dallas, Texas.
Hi. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
So I have been a lawful resident for past over almost like 6 years now. So I have filed for my N400 last year.
Right.
I'm 5 years old. So back in 2015, I had a small incident. So what happened was I got a traffic ticket for speeding, and that was on sometime in January of 2015. And back then I was a conditional resident. And slowly after a few months, probably around end of May or June, I filed for removal of condition. And on the removal of condition, it said that if it is a traffic violation, you don't have to mention, right? So I didn't mention that. So after filing for my removal of condition...
But you got arrested for the traffic violation.
No, I wasn't arrested.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, as long as you weren't arrested, it's fine.
Yeah, I was just cited at that time.
Okay, that's fine.
So after filing it, I filed it on end of July or beginning of August. I was stopped by a university police at my school for failure to stop in a stop sign. And at that time, I found out that my old ticket, I passed the due date time, and then it had gone to warrant, and she took me to the police station where I went and paid both of those tickets, and I got out after like 2 hours.
Okay.
So, and after that, my I-751 was approved.
Good.
Without any additional interview.
So what's the problem?
So I have filed for my citizenship now last year, and I have mentioned that I was arrested and I have this past traffic tickets for speeding and running the stop sign.
Right.
So will that be any issue on?
No, you can't show bad moral character for being a bad driver. You can show bad moral character for not telling the truth on the removal of the conditions, but it doesn't sound like you did. You could have bad moral character for having a warrant out, but you didn't know you had these outstanding tickets, from what I'm understanding. So I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, because when I filed for my removal of condition, I just had that ticket, and
right, you didn't have any warrant out for your arrest or anything. Exactly.
No,
so you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Sure. All right. Let's go to Brenda in the Bronx. Brenda.
Hi, Brad.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
How are you?
Why am I saying hi?
I'm good.
All right. What's going on?
Question. When a petitioner dies, what becomes of the case for the minor beneficiary and the spouse?
When the petitioner dies, that's the end of the case. Now the case can be revived by one of three ways. You can file a widow petition if they're a U.S. citizen for the spouse, not the child. You can have another close family member step into the shoes. And
the spouse already got the 2-year.
Oh,
green card.
Then that would be fine then. So she already has a 2-year green card. She would go to remove the conditions based on the termination of a marriage, based on death of the petitioner, and prove it was a good marriage, up until the time of death. That's it.
And then
they get a permanent green card.
The spouse can file what? And then the minor child, what?
The same thing. The minor child has a 2-year card as well.
Oh, okay. And it's already next month will be 1 year. So I have to wait until it's almost 2 years before.
Oh, this is you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you need to file 90 days beforehand. Now, did your child get the green card the same time as you?
No, she didn't.
When did she get it?
Her case is at the NVC Center.
She never got her green card?
No.
That's a different story then. So you have a green card, your child didn't. Okay? So but you have a green card. So what you need to do is you need to file a humanitarian waiver and step into the shoes of your husband so you can complete her case and show that there is humanitarian reasons why your child needs to be reunited with you. And there's a lot of humanitarian reasons why a minor child would need to be reunited with her mother. So A, you need to do that. B, you need to file to remove the conditions based on a good marriage that was terminated by death 90 days before the expiration of your green card. So those are two things you need to do. And it sounds like, based on your questions, that you're unsure how to proceed. And certainly for a humanitarian waiver, you need a lawyer. And you may even need a lawyer to remove the conditions. So hold on one second, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Murrin in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Murrin.
Yes, good night.
Good
How
night.
are
How
you?
are you?
I'm great.
What's going on?
I have 3 questions to ask.
3.
Yes.
Got it.
I went on my interview on the 29th of January for my green card.
Yes.
Everything was fine up until when the immigration officer asked, was I in the defense force back home, which I put yes on the form because I'm an ex-soldier. And he asked, you done whatever. I said yes on the form. Then he said, after the interview with me and my husband, he said he need to see my army documents, the date when I left the army and the date when I joined. I have a book, so I sent it to them on Wednesday. They received the book on Wednesday of last week. How long is it going to take for me to get my green card? Because I already have the approval letter for the alien resident, and my daughter gets approved as well.
I don't know. It could be tomorrow, could be in a week, could be in a month, could be in 3 months, but generally not more than 4 months. They just want to make sure you're not active member of another military because you can't get a green card and be an active member of another military.
No, I'm not an active member. I left the force
I understand that. I'm telling you why they asked for that document. So hopefully, you're asking me when. I don't know. I don't have a I do have a magic 8-ball. No, but I really don't know the answer. Could be sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's 2 weeks, sometimes it's a month. Give it up to 4 months before you get a lawyer involved.
Okay, thank you very
You're
much.
very welcome. All right, and with that, last month in Bordentown, New Jersey, a New Jersey owner's Facebook post went viral after he fired back at 2 customers out of his restaurant who loved the food and the service but left a very, very nasty note saying they don't tip immigrants. Santiago Orozco, owner of the Under the Moon Cafe, said he assumed that the couple heard the multilingual server speak Spanish to another employee. In another edition of That Just Don't Make No Sense, our Miami field correspondent Anna Escona addresses this issue.
Hey friends from the Brad Show Live, I'm Anna Escona. Restaurant owner shocked by an anti-immigrant message left on the back of the receipt for a server. Santiago Oroz, co-owner of Under the Moon Cafe in New Jersey, is firing back against the couple who left a nasty message for their server and no tip. And all of this only because they thought the server was an immigrant. Santiago shared a photo of the receipt on Facebook and also said that the couple was very satisfied with the server, the food, and overall the experience at this restaurant. But still then they didn't leave a tip. And on the back of the receipt they wrote, "Don't tip immigrants." How nasty and ignorant can these 2 people be? So what if the server was an immigrant? Immigrant or not, she was still doing her job. And she deserved to be compensated for it. After all, do you guys know that servers don't make that much money? They work for their tips. And it's just overall very rude that someone treated you so good, gave you amazing service, you were satisfied, and you're gonna really walk out without tipping this person? You just have to be like on another level to do something like that. Because that's just not okay and it doesn't make any sense. I just want to know, why did these 2 people think that it's okay not to tip them? Just because they thought this person wasn't born in America. And the only reason why they thought that is because the server happened to speak multiple languages. Did you guys ever think about that maybe she took a course to learn these languages? That doesn't mean she's an immigrant or that she's illegal. Maybe she just wanted to learn more than one language besides English, which is pretty smart of her to do. In other words, the waitress Lorena Bazzi was born in the United States and she was judged for speaking multiple languages, for being an educated American who was doing her job to earn a living. You guys should feel ashamed of yourselves. Lorena said the couple must have assumed she was an immigrant because they heard her speaking Spanish to one of her coworkers when she thanked them for helping her clean up because it wasn't a part of his job. This poor girl must have felt horrible after reading this receipt. And this couple just proved to us how much hate there is towards immigrants in this country. Santiago himself identified as a proud immigrant and said he no longer allows this couple to enter his restaurant. Round of applause for that. I agree. They should not be allowed. They should not be able to get exceptional service and walk out and think that it's okay not to tip someone. Lorena took the high road and said if the couple comes back, she's going to give them the same treatment because she's not going to treat them any less, which in my opinion, that is very mature of her to do. But either way, I wouldn't want ignorant people at my restaurant if I was Santiago. So I don't blame him for banning them. But good for Lorena for being very mature and accepting the situation and just brushing it off and not letting it affect her work environment. Besides Lorena's feelings being hurt and her being able to deal with it in a very good manner, just imagine if she was an immigrant, how she would have felt. She would have felt even worse. But that just doesn't make any sense to me. None of this makes sense. And I'm just glad they're banned from this restaurant and that they're no longer going to be allowed in there. And this should be a lesson for those that are watching that are not a fan of immigrants. Don't judge a book by its cover. Just because they speak another language or they may look a certain way, that doesn't mean they were not born here. For example, I was born here, but I'm a product of an immigrant, but I'm still an American. Peace.
All right, so we're going to go to something that we call social media check. All right, what do we got on social media today, guys? This is the time of the show when Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias and Belgium Kim shine like the top of the Chrysler building.
That's right.
Top of the Chrysler
like
building.
Like the top of the Chrysler building.
Nice, I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
Right, straight from It's a Hard Knocks Life. Right?
Yes.
This place better shine like the top of the Chrysler building. You don't know that from Annie?
No,
yes, I do.
That's why
Your Carol Burnett impression is so on point. We could not imagine what else it could be.
Right. You didn't know. You should be, well, who would be, I guess I would be Daddy Warbucks.
Okay.
Wait.
Right.
But wait, if I'm some sort of female in the group, who am I? Am I Annie?
You're Annie. You're definitely Little Orphan Annie.
Thank God. I've played Annie, in a school play.
Who am I? Like Punjab?
That's racist. Yes, exactly who you are. You're like coming like to do like some. Okay. All right. Well, Annie and Punjab. What do we got today for immigration questions?
First one is James Witherspoon. What if the biological mom adopts the U.S. son and legally becomes his adopted mom? Can the son now petition his now legal parent?
Yes.
Dark Star Darth on YouTube said, if a married couple in California has been living apart for the last 2 years, and when one tried to file for a married filing separate on a standard deduction, they get asked to file a Form 8958 and split their incomes in half. He does not know spouse's whereabouts or income. How can he avoid legally having to fill out the Form 8958 since he does not know her income?
You're asking me a tax question?
I am. I mean, it seems like a tax immigration question.
No, it's a tax question.
I mean, it's a tax question. But they're...
What do I look like, H&R Block? I have no idea.
I think you should ask your Magic 8 Ball.
I don't even know how to do my own taxes.
Facts.
That's fair.
Right, that's facts.
I sure don't either.
Yeah.
All right, Ashoka says, good afternoon, guys. Which is the best when going to a marriage interview? Go with the spouse alone or take your lawyer with you?
Jonathan?
All.
Jonathan, who's buried in Grant's tomb again?
Grant.
Right. and Little Orphan Annie. What color is George Washington's white horse?
It would be a white rat. White horse rat.
And Jonathan, Yo-Yo Elias, if you have a lawyer, should you take your lawyer to the interview where your rights could be violated?
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you very much.
Shoka, I'm so sorry. Kimmy Lee said, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I came here on a visitor's visa, but I got married before the 90 days, and I filed my papers after 4 months. Now my interview is coming up in 2 weeks. What can I expect?
You could expect that they're going to say that you committed a misrepresentation. You better have a good rebuttable presumption to that misrepresentation, or have a really good waiver, or more importantly, get a good lawyer.
All right, Demba Sal says, hey, squad and Brad, my favorite show. Love you guys.
Where's she been?
I don't know.
Know, right?
Yeah.
But we have a question for a sister. Her husband is a U.S. citizen. He passed away last 2 weeks, but never applied for his wife. So do you think that she can get a green card if she shows that shows her husband's documents? She has 3 kids and lives in West Africa.
You can try to file a widow petition, certainly, as long as you can prove it's a real marriage.
Our next question is from Yolanda, who said, I want to know why they sent me an extension for 18 months before removing my residence card.
Because they're taking that long to remove the conditions of your permanent residence.
Cian says, if you owe 1 year of taxes, can you still file for your spouse? I'm a citizen.
Yes, because they're not asking you if you owe taxes. They just want to see the income that you declared on your taxes.
Wasa said, my brother's married to a U.S. citizen wife, and today it's their 2-year anniversary. If he applies for an adjustment of status, what type of green card is he going to get? Conditional or permanent?
Permanent, because they've been married for more than 2 years.
All right, Camila Campbell says, hi. I first sent my application to USCIS intending to go with my U.S. Citizen who's a spouse. So the spouse is a U.S. citizen, but he became abusive, so I applied for a VAWA concurrently with the I-765 and the I-485 over 2 months now, and still haven't received a receipt from Vermont. It was sent as regular mail. How much longer do I have to wait? Can I write to them to follow up? If so, how?
What you should do is check. You paid a filing fee for the I-45. See if that check got cashed, because if it didn't get cashed, then they didn't have your application. If it got cashed, get a copy of the cash receipt. On it is your case number, and then write them with your case number so they know who they're talking to.
We've got a question from Change Name on YouTube, who said, can my U.S. citizen spouse file for her taxes next week with me included, even though I don't have my Social Security or green card yet? And what's the procedure involved?
File a W-7 with the 1040 return and get a tax identification number. When your spouse does file for you, you'll get a work permit, your social, and then you can notify the IRS and the state tax agency, whatever state you live in, that here's my Social Security number.
Odyssey Amsterdam says, my mother is a citizen and she petitioned for me and my brother in 2013, unmarried sons and daughters. How much longer do we have to wait? Thank you. Guyana.
About 2 years, or up to September 11th, 2011.
Rosa Marie said, hey Brad, I'm a U.S. citizen who has a married son in Jamaica. I won't file for him yet as per Brad. I need to get him his visiting visa first. When he does get that visiting visa, can I go home and fly with him here to the U.S.? He will have his return ticket. From your knowledge, how will immigration at the airport, either LaGuardia or JFK, look at this as we would be mom and son? I just want him to have experience traveling with me.
Well, if he's coming here for the purpose of visiting, it's fine. If he's coming here because you want to get him here quicker to avoid waiting for a green card, not so fine. So it depends on what immigration thinks at the airport. And hopefully it's the first, not the second.
Copper Clan on YouTube says, hey Brad, I'm from Pakistan and married to a U.S. citizen in 2017. We filed in January 2018. I received the EAD, Social Security number, and my biometrics were done, and an AOS interview was 3 months ago. Now here's the question. How long will I have to wait? My marriage is legitimate. Also, do you think it would be a good idea to travel to Pakistan on an EAD AP card?
Yeah, you can travel. You have an advance parole. You're going to wait probably close to 24 months because you're from Pakistan, unfortunately.
Sheldon Salazar said, my VAWA receipt date is March 27th of 2017. I got an RFE in August of 2018, which USCIS got the requested evidence just 3 weeks later. I've got prima facie, which expires in April of this year. When should I actually get my final decision on my case?
About 18 to 24 months from the time you originally filed.
Arlene Nixon says, hey, Brad, asking for a friend. My friend went on her citizenship interview last June. It was successful, and she hasn't heard from the immigration since. What should she do?
Contact me. If you think it was successful and you haven't heard, then they forgot about you.
And guys, remember, this is a live show that gets recorded. So for the people asking if they didn't hear their answer, just go back like 15 seconds on YouTube. You can even do it while we're live. You don't have to worry. Saw some people.
That's very good technology there. Technology.
Side note?
Sidebar, whatever you call it.
Right. It was just like we've gotten 3 of those questions today. It's like, wait, can you write the answer here? Like, you guys, it's recorded forever.
Forever. That's the great thing about the internet.
That's right.
Great and bad.
That's right. 5,000 years from now, you can go back and say, I wonder what immigration law was like 5,000 years ago.
And if you live for 5,000 years, let me know how.
Right, exactly. Arlene Nixon said, my friend went on her citizenship interview last June and it was successful. Did you do that already? That's my bad. Nana said, my name is David and I filed the I-130 for my wife last April. I just had mail saying I should bring her divorce. But she has a child with the same man and they never got married to one another. What can I do?
Prove that they were never married to each other. So wherever country that they lived in together with this man, just bring proof that there's no proof of a marriage certificate. I think what you got was just a form letter saying bring all these documents, and it probably says after, if applicable. So if, it's like a form letter that you get. So I don't think you have to bring a divorce if she was never married, unless they specifically say it indicates you were married, please bring a divorce, then you got to prove you weren't married. That's a different story.
All right, Zach Muhammad says, hey everyone, I'm Jordanian, married to an American girl, and we have 3 kids. They are American citizens too. My wife made for me the I-1, so I guess the wife filed an I-130 visa. And if I want to make the waiver because I went to jail 15 years ago for adultery. So if the embassy refused to give me the visa, where do I have to do it? And do I need a lawyer to make this waiver for me?
You shouldn't need a waiver for adultery because there's no such thing as a crime for adultery in America. So you shouldn't need a waiver for it.
So
unless
even
you
though
were
they went
convicted of unless you were convicted of
something else. But so it doesn't matter that they went to jail for that.
No, because it's not a crime in
Gotcha.
America.
Laverne said, hey Brad, I filed for my children in 2012 and I already got the approval letter this year. July will make 7 years. Can you tell me about how long it will take for them to start getting more answers?
Who filed for who?
Mom filed for her adult children in 2012 and has gotten the approval.
She should be getting some answers very soon. They're up to September 11th, 2011. Aha.
Monique Jackson says, if you filed under a VAWA, does taking SNAP or child care affect your filing?
No.
Amir said, hey, Brad and his dream team.
Oh,
what's up?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Thank you for all that you do, brother.
Thank you.
My I-751 in July of 2017 via a U.S. citizen was filed. How much longer do I need to wait for a decision? The case was transferred to a local office last April. So an I-751 that was almost 2 years ago.
It shouldn't take more than 2 years. If you're waiting more than 2 years, contact me.
Doreen James says, hey Brad, good evening to you. If one got an interview and received a letter saying they don't need anything else but should wait up until 120 days before to inquire the case, what happens? What should you do?
Wait the 120 days, and if you don't hear anything, call me.
We've got two questions from Shine Williams, who said, for an adjustment application, how does one pay the fees? And is it all one money order, or should we pay it separately? And go ahead.
You pay by money order, exactly. It could be one money order, $17.60. You can break it down, $12.25 and $5.35. You can do it either way.
And second, can a person who came up on a student visa apply for a driver's license or adjust for permanent residency?
Not just because you're on a student visa, you can't do either, but if you're eligible for a green card, certainly, but just the fact that you're on a student visa doesn't entitle you to anything.
Monique Gooden says, is it possible to change a lawyer, and how do you go about doing that if an application was already submitted by the previous lawyer?
You go to lawyer number 2, you hire lawyer number 2, you tell lawyer number 2 to write a letter to lawyer number 1, say, hey, you're fired, send me over the file, and lawyer number 1 has to send the file over to lawyer number 2. And lawyer number 2 writes a letter to immigration, lawyer 1's fired, lawyer 2's hired, and voila, you've done it.
Seems easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Brown said, got a letter from USCIS saying I requested a reschedule of my upcoming appointment. I didn't make any kind of request like that, and I'm waiting for an interview for over 17 months now, so I would never reschedule it. And the I-512, 6 months now. What can I do, and how did this happen?
Well, it sounds messed up. I have no idea, but you can sue the government, that's for sure. That's what we do. That's what you need to do at this point. If you're waiting 17 months and you're dying to get an interview, you file a mandamus.
Grav Kumar says, can I apply for citizenship if my green card remove of condition is pending, but I'm already a green card holder for 3 years now?
Yes, as long as you're in a bona fide marriage.
We've got another question from Sokar Omar, who said, hey Brad, I'm a U.S. citizen and my wife's I-130 got refused under a public charge from the Embassy of Stockholm. I tried everything possible to overcome the public charge and she kept getting denied. Lastly, I bought us as a family health insurance for over $600 a month. The question is, our I-130 is going to be expired in February of this year at the end of the month. I've got more proofs and I hired a lawyer now, but in case we get denied again and our application gets expired.
You just need tax returns. It's all based on your tax returns. It's not based on health insurance. So if you have tax returns to show you can support her and your family 125% above the poverty level, she gets through. If you don't, you get a friend or family member to provide a second affidavit of support. End of story.
All right, Sandra Warren says, hey, good night to the panel. My sister filed for me in 2005, November. I started receiving documents my sister paid, the visa fee, sent into the affidavit of support. I sent in my birth certificate as well as my police record. My question is, I want to travel to the U.S. in May to spend 3 weeks. Do you think it would be a problem with the immigration? I'm from Jamaica. Thanks.
I think it's always a problem when you come into the airport when you're about to be eligible to get a green card, so it could be a problem.
Hillman said, is the INA 212D3 non-immigrant waiver available to all to overcome almost any ground of inadmissibility excepting foreign policy, considering and participating in Nazi persecutions?
That about sums it up, correct.
Wow, really?
Yes, and if he's a Nazi, I don't want to help him. But otherwise, I would be willing to help.
That is the only exclusion that you
I
cannot
wouldn't help
be
anyone in the Ku Klux Klan.
No, I mean for the law, but yeah.
Yeah, so non-immigrant visa waivers almost could be done for anything.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, Dolly Supermom says, hey Brad, this month's been a year now since my husband filed the I-130 and has not received any reply. It was filed in an office, so is there anything
in my office?
Yes.
Come in and we'll file a mandamus. That's what needs to happen.
Latoya said, I'm asking for a friend. Her husband is a permanent resident and he's going to apply for citizenship later this year. He already filed the I-130 and that's already been approved. Could the spouse now apply for the I-10 number?
Yes.
Fiona says, hey, how long does it take to file for your mother? I knew it.
I mean, if you're a citizen, your mom's in another country, 18 months here, maybe 12, 18 months.
XO Cavella has a question for her friend.
I think XO lives in Antigua, doesn't she?
Does she?
I think so. I don't know why. I remember her saying that at one point.
Can we visit XO?
I like Antigua. It's warm. The beaches are beautiful. The people are nice. The food's good.
Haven't had the pleasure of going, Brad?
Yeah.
Can we visit?
Yeah, XO.
I think that sounds like a Bradshaw Live field trip.
Maybe.
You know, you keep teasing us with these field
Right.
trips that we never go on. One day we will rebel.
Right. I'm just gonna bring in posters, travel posters, and we'll put them up all over.
Perfect. Thanks, Brad. That's great.
All right. So what's her question?
XO Cavella's question is my friend's son is a U.S. citizen, but his wife does not want him filing for his mother. She overstayed her visa. Can mom do anything by herself?
No, you need the daughter to file, and the daughter should be her own independent person and not be controlled by the husband.
Opposite.
No, it's the
son.
opposite.
Yeah.
Son.
The son should not be controlled by his wife.
Correct.
Yeah. Wow. That's.
I wish my wife would.
Control you?
What? Tell me that I can't file for my mother? First of all, you're not a good son for you to even have to ask that. Anyways, Yao. What is the requirements of applying for proof of citizenship through your mother? That's horrible.
You have to be living.
That's horrible.
It's horrible.
Horrible.
Does he need his wife to file for his mom in
No,
any
he
way?
does it himself.
No,
she wouldn't even know the difference.
What are you doing,
She
man?
wouldn't even know the difference. He could do it, and she would have no idea.
And he could just not tell
her.
wife.
Correct.
But if you have to be helping your mom out and hiding that fact from your wife, there's a bigger problem with your marriage. Sorry.
That was a bigger problem with him as an individual.
All right, let's not
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Casting a lot into the judgment
already.
now.
Enough
That's-
already.
that's-
Enough already. Stop piling on. What's the
Listen.
question now?
Yeah.
Don't respect your mother.
Oh, citizenship through the mother.
Yes.
You have to have a green card. You have to be living with your mother, and you have to be in her legal and physical custody under the age of 18, and your mom has to be a citizen.
Rochelle said, I got married to a U.S. citizen and he was abusing me. So I filed for VAWA and I received one work permit and now I'm waiting for an interview. However, my husband sent me an annulment and the marriage and he's saying that it is not real. However, we live together, we share stuff together. It's obviously a real marriage and he's lying. What can I do?
Fight it. Annulment is based on fraud. You fight it because he's trying to do the annulment to screw you over on the VAWA case. It's the only way he can screw you over. So you fight it, prove it was not a fraudulent marriage. It has nothing to do with real. It means that he's alleging some sort of fraud. And you just go into, trust me, you go to a judge and you say, Judge, I was an abused spouse. Here's the evidence. End of story, end of annulment, and get a divorce if you choose to.
All right, Althea Reynolds says, can a daughter apply for a mother and a brother and a sister that does not have the same father in common?
Yes, it's called a half-brother or half-sister. You can.
Awesome.
And there we got it.
That's all we got.
So meanwhile, Kim, I don't know if you're familiar with this place called the Tenement Museum.
Ooh,
It's on the Lower East Side of New
Not
York
me.
City. It tells the story of immigrants who settled in New York between the 19th and 21st century. It's a museum of immigrants. And a love letter was found in one of the tenement buildings where the museum is located and is the basis for the museum's love letter workshop. Now, since Valentine's Day is right around the corner, Belgium Kim, and we can talk about who you'll be celebrating with shortly,
I don't think we need to.
we sent Belgium, we sent you,
Yeah.
we sent you
Yeah.
to write love letters and learn how to write love letters at the Tenement Museum, a museum of immigrants. Let's watch.
Hey Brad Squad, it's Belgium Kim, and today I'm on the Lower East Side in New York City, taking you inside the Tenement Museum. The Tenement Museum tells the stories of immigrants who moved to Manhattan between the 19th and 21st centuries by recreating the apartments and businesses that real families lived in these buildings. One of the tenements, 97 Orchard, the one I'm standing in front of right now, was condemned in 1935, and when the museum took it over, they found thousands of artifacts from books to mail and even a love letter. And that's what we're here to talk about today. That love letter is the basis for the Tenement Museum's Love Letter Writing Workshop. Love letter writing seems like an ancient art today, considering you've got everything from e-cards to text messages. But Brad Squad, there is something so beautiful and so romantic about getting a handwritten love letter Spar, and today we are going to go inside the Tenement Museum's workshop to teach you exactly how to make it happen and woo your beau for Valentine's Day. Let's check it out. Hey Brad Squad, I'm here with Jazz Chana, the Media and Communications Manager for the Tenement Museum. Thank you so much for joining us, Jazz.
My pleasure.
So what exactly is the Tenement Museum and what is the museum's mission?
The Tenement Museum's mission is to tell the stories of immigrants, migrants and refugees in the ongoing creation of the United States. It's a unique museum in the sense that it can only be seen by guided tour, and we have several apartment and walking tours. An educator tour guide takes you through a recreated apartment space and sometimes a ruined space and tells you the story of an immigrant family that lived in that space or in that apartment anywhere between the 1860s to the late 20th centuries.
How did the Tenement Museum come to own these buildings?
The museum was founded by Ruth Abrams. She was a historian and social worker. She actually stumbled across the first historic building, 97 Orchard, in 1988. She was looking for a place to tell the stories of ordinary people, and she basically stumbled across this time capsule, untouched for 50 years, like basically a ruin. And if you go to the museum, you'll see some of the spaces are kept as if you were Ruth and you were stumbling across this for the first time. Second is what we're in right now, which is 103 Orchard. It was acquired by the museum around the 2010s. People still lived in it up until very recently. Since then, it's been converted into our visitor centre. It's also where our offices are and also where our newest tour is, Under One Roof. It tells the stories of a Puerto Rican family, a Jewish refugee family, and a Chinese family.
How recent are those immigration stories?
It spans from the 1950s up until the late 20th century.
So when people visit the Tenement Museum, are they going to get an idea of some of the really positive things that immigrants and immigrant culture has brought to the city?
Most people will walk away from one of our tours with a greater sense of the contributions immigrants have given to this country, past and present. Food, general contributions to culture, you know, how the neighborhood went from German to Jewish to Puerto Rican to Chinese, but at the same time give our visitors a sense of the hardships that immigrant communities had to go through with no contacts, barely any money, and moving into an apartment with 7 other people, your entire family. So it's definitely a kind of humbling experience.
We're here today because you guys are hosting the late night Tenement Museum.
So this is a particularly special night because it's so close to Valentine's Day. We're putting on special Valentine's Day programming.
Right.
We're doing a love letter writing workshop. We have our special tour that we do every year on Valentine's Day called Love at the Tenement. The love tour was actually inspired by the discovery of a love letter in the floorboards of 97.
I'm assuming it was a hidden love letter. Do you know anything about the history of that
I mean,
letter?
it could have been. This was a letter written by a businessman to someone he was having an affair with. But again, we don't know anything for certain, but that's kind of what we've construed from our research here.
Do they end up together?
I won't be able to tell the answer to that, but I would recommend that people take Love at the Tenement, the tour, and that will be discussed.
Do you mind reading us the love letter, Jazz?
Absolutely, and I actually have a scan of the actual love letter here, and on the back is the transcript. So it says, "The seat of my pants are hot. Here your lovely papa left of his brograns. But love laughs, nobody can keep us apart. For ... never dies. Does it, dear? Saturday ... I'll give the usual whistle. Pack ... Suitcase and we'll elope and get married. The Rolls Rough will be ... Up for the occasion ... Have a bully time. Your onlyest."
You're onlyest. That's so cute. That's adorable.
Yeah.
There were a couple of words I don't know in there. Brogans are, because it says the seat of my pants are hot with your lovely papa's brogans.
Right. So there he's actually referring to being kicked by his lover's father in a not so comfortable place.
Right.
So brogans are referring to shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The recipient of these love letters that we'll be writing today, does it have to be a romantic interest?
Oh, no. It can really be anyone you want. And the nice thing is we're actually going to send the letters to those people, so you won't even have to do that.
What exactly makes a great handwritten love letter?
And I imagine something that's heartfelt, that's to the point, sweet and honest.
Any tips on about how long a love letter should be?
I think it depends on who you're writing to. Some people would appreciate longer love letters. Some people appreciate it getting it to the point. I think in today's 21st century culture and life, actually putting a pen to paper is such a rare thing. Caroline from CW Pencils, she writes 5 handwritten letters a week, and that to me is mind-blowing. It's just so rare to get a handwritten letter these days that I think it makes it quite special.
I'm here with the wonderful Sherry who just completed her love letters. Is this your first time at the Tenement Museum today?
First time. My husband and my daughter were here, and they said it was great.
Now you've got multiple in your hands. Was it hard to kind of start the process?
Super easy, because there was just so much fun stuff, and stickers and glitter pins, and enthusiastic people sitting next to me.
So who are you writing these love letters to today?
I wrote the first one to my daughter. This is to my husband, and I just said my life is richer because of you. And the third one is to my mother-in-law, who I just visited, and she just had hip surgery. She's a little down, and I thought she could use a love letter.
Aw, that's so sweet. Do you usually write handwritten love letters?
No, I don't, although my husband's really good about writing cards, and I save the cards that he gives to me, so they're meaningful.
What do you feel like is the difference between a handwritten love letter and a love text or a love email?
Everything, but I'm old school. It's intentional, and it takes a little bit of effort, so it, I think, means more.
What is you or your family's immigration story?
My background is German. My last name's Hoffman.
I'm here with Gina, who just finished up her letter. So Gina, is this your first time at the Tenement Museum?
Yes, it is. I live in the neighborhood, so I always walk by it, and I thought it would be good to take a tour. It was great.
Who did you write your letters to?
I wrote them to my boyfriend, Ben. Ben is an immigrant.
Ben the immigrant?
Ben the immigrant. He's from Belgium.
Did you feel like starting the letter writing process was really daunting?
I didn't really write too much. I just used a lot of stickers. But I'm pretty comfortable writing letters. I like making cards as a hobby anyway, so it just kind of made sense.
Did you do one love letter? Did you do multiple?
I did 3. He loves Jack Russell, so I made him one with a little girl and a Jack Russell on it. I did this one because it kind of looks like us if we were like Victorian children. And then I made 2-sided cards, so I got a little excited.
What is your Valentine's Day message to immigrants going through the immigration process?
My message to immigrants would be to keep love in their hearts. I know a lot of immigrants come to this country to provide more opportunities for their families and loved ones, and I think Valentine's Day is just about keeping love alive, whether it's a significant other, your mom, grandma, parents. Keep the spirit alive.
I am here with the woman who made tonight happen, Caroline, Miss CW herself. Thanks to all of these wonderful supplies from CW Pencils, you own CW Pencils, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We're a wood case pencils only shop on the Lower East Side.
What exactly is a wood case pencil, and how is it different than another pencil?
It's any type of pencil that is cased in wood. So usually California incense cedar with a graphite core, an eraser on the end.
What prompted you to start a pencil business?
It's just an object that I'm really interested in the history and the simplicity of it. I think that it's a really perfect object in its design and its function. Something that deserves more attention than it usually gets.
You donated all of the supplies tonight to the Love Letter Writing Workshop for the Tenement Museum. What prompted you to partner with them in this event?
Writing is my personal favorite hobby, and it's something that we do a lot of in the pencil shop. And we are neighbors at the Tenement Museum, and their investment in the history of the neighborhood is something that we really relate to and understand and appreciate.
What exactly is you or your family's immigration story?
My grandparents on my mom's side are Italian. They moved here, or my great-grandparents moved here in the 1930s, and my grandparents on my father's side are Croatian, and they moved here around the same time.
Jazz from the Tenement Museum told me that you write 5 letters a week?
Yeah, that's about right. Sometimes more. They're all regular pen pals, people from all over the world. Some are old friends, some are friends even in New York. We have a whole different dialogue in letters than we do in real life usually. Some are people I've never met. Just people who have written to the shop and I wrote back, and years later we're still writing to each other. Letters are wonderful because they're so personal and because they're physical, they're tangible objects, and nobody doesn't love getting something cool in their mailbox that's not a bill or junk mail. It's my favorite time of day when the mailman comes, which is...
What is your Valentine's Day message to immigrants going through the immigration process?
Make sure you write home a lot because it means a lot more than a text message. Analog communication is a lot more thoughtful.
I'm about to embark on my love letter writing journey. I'm a little intimidated.
We've got a lot of fun things to play with, like old school type of paper doilies, which are fun to glue, or washi tapes. These are great. Bins of stickers. We have markers, glitter markers, so many fun things to play with.
My calligraphy is no good. Can I print? Do I need cursive?
Your handwriting says a lot about your personality. Do what feels right.
Thank you so much, Caroline. I really appreciate it. All right, Brad Squad, I have here on a postcard the real letter, well, a copy of the real letter that the Tenement Museum has so graciously provided to everyone. It's a postcard, it's got a 2-line, it's got a stamp place. You guys, we're about to write a love letter. I'm gonna write it to my Valentine, okay? And so we're gonna do this. I'm using a calligraphy pen. Do you think that's gonna make me have calligraphy skills? Anyone read that? The answer is no. No one can read it. To write a love letter. I'm gonna write it to my Valentine, okay? And so we're gonna do this. I'm using a calligraphy pen. Do you think that's gonna make me have calligraphy skills? Anyone read that? The answer is no. No one can read it.
Nobody can read it, including the world. The world cannot read it.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Well, let me tell you what happened at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, Kim wrote the love letter.
Yeah.
And she opened it up. And she says, "Dear love."
Dear love.
Roses are red.
Yeah.
Violets are blue.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at your apartment.
At
See
2.
you soon.
Brad can rap.
That was
low-key-
pretty good,
that's
right?
low-key freestyle right
That was
there.
pretty good, right?
That was a freeze.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, Brad.
Was that pretty good?
I'll
Was
make
that
sure
was
to-
that basically on point, Belgium Kim?
I'll make sure to write that on my Valentine's Day
Please
card.
do that. All right, let's get to comments of the day.
All right, our very first comment of the day is from Asma Elkenbashi. Sorry, I tried. Who said, "I want to know what is the secret of your energy. You are always exciting and optimistic. You really inspire people. You are great."
Nice.
Who is this?
That was
Asma.
Asma.
About who?
About you.
Me?
You.
I'm always excited. I always inspire. What is the secret?
Can't say.
I can't say. Because then everybody would steal it.
That's true.
Tinkerbell dust.
I don't know what the secret is. I just, honestly, it's my personality. So in other words, I was the same person who told me that, oh, you don't have 3 million. He says, I feel that the conversation I'm having with you on the phone right now is the same conversation that you have when you're on your show. And I said, exactly. It's not like I pretend to be somebody.
No.
I am who I am.
You are. That's a fact.
For the most part, I'm a happy guy. Sometimes I wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Yeah.
But what you see is what you get.
Right.
And thank you very much. It was really nice.
All right, our second comment of the day comes from Demba Sal. Says, "I'm very addicted to Brad's show. Every 7:30, I'll keep my hand on Facebook, just waiting for that notification of Brad Show Live." Nice.
Where is Demba at 7:30? Where would that be?
I don't know.
That's 2-hour difference.
It could be a 2-hour difference. It could be a 14-hour difference.
It could be.
Could be.
We don't know.
Yeah. But that was very nice too. Thank you very much.
Demasow's got a follow-up though.
Yes.
Demasow also said, "Squad up, you guys need to share so we can make our show more popular. So let's help other people make their immigration status easier, so they can follow up with our best lawyer, Brad."
Correct.
Nice.
And I will tell you the two people who need immigration help more than anybody.
Who's that?
Tom Cruise and Oprah Winfrey.
They all need it more than
Please
anyone.
share to them. They need it more than anybody.
Yes.
And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson needs it too.
Oh, yeah, we forgot about
I forgot about him.
All
And you know who
right.
also needs it?
Lord.
This is what Julie's yelling in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
David Hasselhoff.
Of course.
Right.
No one needs it more.
Hasselhoff needs it too.
Jelly Bean's been sharing the show to Hasselhoff every day for the last year and a half, Brad. We know she hasn't let a show go
Groundhog
by.
Sam has been sharing it to Kit, the 1984 Trans Am.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Lord. All right, we have one from Christine Bennett on Facebook. Brad is the best in everything, even relationship problems. Brad is about to do some counseling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm good at relationship problems.
Yeah, counselor without the certificate.
I'm very good. I gotta rewind this and show somebody.
I was gonna say, I cannot wait to hear your Valentine's take.
I'm very good at relationship problems. I'm gonna show this to somebody.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. I really am very curious what your Valentine's take is going to be on this.
Yes, I'm curious what my Valentine's take will be on this as well.
Well, yeah, text the group.
But thank you very much. I'm very good with. I'll be honest. I'm very good counseling to other people's problems. I'm a very, very good counselor. I wish I would just listen to my own advice sometimes. It's sometimes hard to listen to your own advice,
you just gotta force yourself to practice what
That's
you preach.
right.
It's always
Practice
easier.
what
Right.
you preach.
That's right.
Feel
You
like-
have to have
That's that
the
Barry
big
White.
brain always has to be working harder, right?
Yes, that's what's got to supersede every time, Brad.
Supersede. What are you talking about? Supersede.
Oh Lord, it's definitely not Wednesday yet.
And we're done. One final comment of the day from Princess Black said, "It's really getting interesting on this show. Can't stop watching because you learn a lot of important things."
You really
Yeah.
do. You really, really do. So let me ask you a question, Belgium Kim, because we didn't get the chance to end the Tenement Museum because we had a computer malfunction.
Yeah.
Okay, the machine malfunctioned.
Mhm.
What was in your love letter?
My love letter, and you couldn't read it, it says love prevails, and it was a message. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I always felt like I wrote it as a message to immigrants in this country.
So what? Very nice. So what did they actually teach you to put in the love letter? Because you said it was a love letter writing class.
Yeah.
What was the actual teaching in there?
So they gave.
What were they teaching you?
They gave you some tips on how to
Like what? What
how
were
to
the tips?
start writing
See, this
a love
would
letter.
be interesting to me.
Always start with
Because
who.
you're gonna write a
I'm
love
going to
letter.
write it.
You're
Yeah,
gonna-
these are things that I think that people would want to know.
So the first thing you think about is
Yes.
the person you want to write the letter to. That's the first way that you start the love letter, is you know exactly who you want to write it to. Then,
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I wish I had a pen. Oh, I did.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, one
Perfect.
second.
Yeah. Write it
All right,
down.
So, all right.
Dear.
Okay, let me, 1 second. I'm going to
Dear,
write my
yeah.
love letter right now.
Yeah.
Are you gonna write the name down too?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Okay.
Dear, insert name here.
I inserted the name. Continue.
Okay. Great.
Then what's the next one? Don't write.
I'm not looking. I'm not
Okay,
looking.
what's next?
Then you have to think of something that gives you really strong emotions, whether it's that person or something else or anything from a movie, a song, whatever you need to evoke emotion. And then you put that
I'm doing that
down
right
on
now.
paper.
Keep talking 1 second. Keep talking because
It's
I'm
gotta
getting my
be-
emotion out.
Okay. You let your emotion out. It's got to be short, concise, to the point. It can be as flowery as you want it to be, but it doesn't need to be, Brad. And it can be as as heartfelt or as factual as you want it to be, Brad. Those are the things. Those are some of the tips I picked up in my love letter writing workshop.
What else? What happens after you write your emotion?
After that, you flower it up with a little bit of stickers. We're talking glitter pens.
Okay.
We're talking hearts.
Well, I don't have stickers, so I'll just flower it up with some more words. 1 second.
Flower it up with some more words.
Okay.
And then after that, you hand it to the person you love, Brad.
Well, I can't hand it to them because I got to hand it to everybody. I just wrote this.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's to somebody out there.
Okay, ready.
You ready?
Ready.
Come back. All right. Because I can't, but I did just write it just now.
Right.
Okay. Nobody can read my scribble.
No.
Right.
And
So
I
you're
just
gonna have to
and
wait for people.
I took note that the pencil lady said your writing tells a lot about you.
Okay.
Okay, this would, if anybody saw this, they would say, this is the guy who doesn't wash his hands for 10 days, 10
Mm-hmm.
years. Okay, but I wash my hands every day. I'm actually a germphobe, like 20 times a day.
You are.
Okay, so this is my love letter
Okay.
for Valentine's Day.
All right.
Ready.
It says, Dear Brad Squad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's my love letter to Brad Squad.
Okay.
I love that you join me every day at 5:30 and support us and the show, and love that you support and love everything that we do here. All of your comments are so appreciated and make us want to come back day after day. You are all the most beautiful people in the world. Love, Brad.
Oh, wow.
I just did it just now.
That is.
Yes.
That's impressive.
That
That's
was
impressive.
my
He
Valentine's.
really did. He
I
really
just
did.
wrote it. I just wrote it just now. Yeah. So to all of you, I will be going on a short break for the rest of Valentine's Day or Valentine's week.
Yep.
We will be back Monday, so it's just one day this week. Don't miss us. I will be back Monday. We will be back for a long time starting Monday. I don't have any plans to be away after that until I decide again. But we will be away for these next 4 days. But that is my love letter to you all. Have a great week. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And everybody on this show, even if you are with your significant other or you're alone, just remember that everybody here on Brad's show and everybody in the comments in the squad, we all love you, so you're never alone. We'll see you a week from today. So Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it, I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What are you doing?